Kevin Sumlin has been fired at Texas A&M as the head coach. Greg Schiano, the former Rutgers head coach, former Ohio State assistant, was set to take over at Tennessee, but the offer has been rescinded. Scott Frost is still potentially linked to the Nebraska job. Other coaching vacancies across the country are open. Todd Graham in Arizona State being another person who was fired. We have reached a point as sports fans and as a sports world where we are not satisfied anymore with rebuilding and getting it right and doing the right things. We are no longer satisfied with waiting for good things to come. We want it to happen now, and we want it to happen right away. And this is bad. This is a complete disaster. Kevin Sumlin did not deserve to be fired by Texas A&M. Kevin Sumlin is a fantastic recruiter. Kevin Sumlin has never had a losing season in the SEC West, probably the toughest division in all of college football year in, year out. Never had a losing season. He won a Cotton Bowl. He trained a Heisman Trophy winner. He trained multiple first-round draft picks. He recruited better than anything A&M has seen in years. On a year-in, year-out basis, he was getting top 10, top 5 recruiting classes, and they drove him out of town. Statement from the Texas A&M department says that they expect to be competing for national championships on a yearly basis. Well, guess what? You're Texas A&M. You're not Alabama. You're not Ohio State. You don't compete for championships on a year-in, year-out basis. You never have, and you never will. Kevin Sumlin was your coach. He was the perfect coach for a program like this. Got the most out of his players. Got the most out of his assistant coaches. Got the most out of his program. They never had a losing season. They knocked off Alabama his first year. They went toe-to-toe with the heavyweights, like LSU, Auburn, Georgia, and Florida in the crossover games. Went toe-to-toe with them. Won a Cotton Bowl. Had an 11-win season, had a 10-win season. And you're running him out of town for what? So that Jimbo Fisher can come? Why would Jimbo leave Florida State? And if he does, why? Why would you leave Florida State? You have a great gig. Why would you downgrade to Texas A&M? Florida State is a better job than Texas A&M. And as for Greg Schiano, what a disgrace. What a disgrace on the part of the Tennessee Athletic Department to rob this man of a job that they had an agreement ready for him to go. What a disgrace on the part of the protesters, who in a country where you are innocent until proven guilty, flatly condemned this man and brought misery on him, on probably his family, on his people, off of a rumor that somebody had heard from somebody else about the Sandusky scandal and his possible connection to it, that he has flatly denied, that Tom Bradley has flatly denied, that everyone around him, except for this one individual, has flatly denied. I guess it's not innocent until proven guilty anymore. I guess that doesn't matter. What a disgrace. Everyone at that Tennessee athletic department should be ashamed of themselves. John Curry, I would like to personally punch you in the face. What a disaster. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. The amount of entitlement that sports fans think they have to get results year in and year out. Harbaugh loses to Ohio State in the Ohio State-Michigan game. People are calling for his head, saying he can't win the big game. He got two 10-win seasons out of a program that hadn't been nationally relevant in many years, that had been driven into the ground under Brady Hoke. He lost 3 quarterbacks this year and still got them to 9 wins. What more do you want from this man? Who could be more qualified to lead the team than Jim Harbaugh? Illinois people want to fire Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith coached in a Super Bowl. This is Illinois football. This isn't Alabama. This isn't USC. People aren't lining up to take the Illinois job. Kids aren't lining up to play at Illinois. Lovie came there with no cupboards at all. It wasn't even that the cupboards were bare. There were no cupboards at all. He's working hard. He's playing the most freshmen of any team in this country. He's got the youngest team. He's improving them every week. You can see it when you actually watch the games. And you want to drive this man out of town for what? So you can spin your wheels again and not even sniff the Big Ten championship game for the next 10 years? What happened to win as a team and lose as a team? What happened to giving people time to get the right system in place? What happened to being patient and knowing that good things come to those who wait? I dream of a world where people show more respect to the people who lead these teams, the coaches. Because they are the ones that are doing the job out there, not just to win games, but to turn these young men into great people, into great students, into great workers in the future. Most of these guys are not going to play in the NFL. They're learning life lessons from these men that are going to help them the rest of their lives. But we've seemed to have forgotten that. We seem to have forgotten that, and we seem to make it all about results. What have you done for me lately? What big game have you won now? What championship are you contending for? There's so much more to it than that. Just a disgrace. There are some coaching situations that just don't work out. Ben McAdoo with the Giants is just obviously not working out. Mike Riley in Nebraska obviously just did not work out. But why is Kevin Sumlin fired? Why is Todd Graham fired? Why is Greg Schiano, well, we know why he has lost his offer, because the Tennessee administration is completely spineless. But this is just unbelievable. Grow up, sports fans, and I'm guilty of this myself. I'm guilty of forgetting that there's more to it than results. We all need to be better. We all need to remember what it's really all about. And we all need to remember that patience is a virtue and that good things will come to those who are willing to wait for it. Starting over the program again every few years is not the right way to go. Throwing stuff at the wall and hoping it sticks is not the right way to go. No program is ever going to win by following that train of thought. You win by building a culture, and you win by giving time for that culture to cement itself. This has been The Hard Truth.